In the span of 2 weeks, Anime Auto Chess managed to lose over half of their concurrent players. 2 weeks ago, they had about 4,000 concurrent players when the winter update dropped, and now they're left with about one and a half. So, what the hell happened? I've been playing the game ever since it was released, so I had a rough idea of why players were quitting the game. But to understand what other players were going through, I decided to do a bit of investigating and went on the Discord server. I read through the chat, I read through questions, I read through community suggestion, and I read a lot, and I mean a lot of bug reports. And I found that people are quitting the game because of three main reasons. And here they are. There are so many bugs inside the game. Some have existed since day one and have never been fixed. For example, infinite clash, losing abilities while fusing, and abilities not working as they are described. And these bugs have ruined the gaming experience. And there are also newer bugs that have been added into the game, like there's not already enough. Did you know that people complained about how hard it was to get the exclusive unit Garp from the released loot bags? So the developers actually did something nice. They decided to add a pity system to the bags. So when the winter update dropped, allegedly the pity system went into action. So you're guaranteed to get the unit after opening 1,000 bags. Me, personally, I have opened roughly 2,000 bags before the update dropped, and after the update dropped, I've grinded every single day. I have gotten millions of candy canes. I made a video spending a million candy cane. You can go check that out. So I'm guaranteeing that I've hit that pity, if not multiple times. And it seems that many other players are experiencing the same issue. So not only did the pity system fail to work, it seems like the unit is practically unobtainable right now. And there are many other bugs that players have to deal with constantly. Covering every single one of them in this video is going to take quite a while. So instead of having a random YouTuber explain some issues in the game and how it should be dealt with, why don't you just listen to the devs? It is their game. They know what's going on behind the scenes, so who else is better for the community to listen to and rely on in time of needs? So with dozens of bugs being reported and hundreds of suggestions, here is what the devs have to say. Oops, I just forgot. They haven't told us shit. Communication, one of the most important keystone to any civilization, but apparently optional for these devs. A week went by and nothing. Absolute silence. There were the occasional sneak peeks for the next update, but nothing on how they plan to fix the current state of the game. I read through a bunch of messages and I found that the most common reason that people are leaving the game is the lack of communication. Because when players do not know what is going on behind the scene, or in this case, whether or not anything is going on behind the scene, they stop caring. Because why invest your time into a game when the devs aren't even investing their words? The most recent message that we got is this one. And to their credit, they did spend one sentence to tell us that they are working on bug fixes. Hooray! And then they decide to spend the rest of the time talking about the next update. Brother, what about this update? What about right now? The game's barely playable right now. I mean, look at the irony of the last sentence. We'll keep you guys informed. Brother, the last announcement you made before this one was made 9 days ago. What a wonderful job you guys have been doing, keeping us so well informed. So not only is the community not getting any good news, we aren't even getting bad news. We're just getting nothing. And by nothing, I don't just mean the lack of communication, but also the lack of content. It is pretty obvious that Anime Auto Chess doesn't update that often. Personally, I don't really care about the lack of content. I'm a quality over quantity kind of guy, which is why I'm pretty pissed off at the current state of the game with all the bugs that just isn't being fixed. If it takes them another month to cook up a good update and fix the game, I wouldn't mind. With all the sneak peeks and glaze that they have been giving it, it's probably gonna be good. I think. Maybe. Okay, I don't really know. But that's not the point. The reason I'm covering this is because some people do care. People want things to do. And when they have nothing to do, they move on to something else, which is perfectly natural. If the lack of content really is an issue for you, then do something else. Play other games. Hell, I'm doing that right now. The lack of content issue isn't really an issue that you need the devs to solve. You can fix it yourself. Just do something. And yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover for the video. There's probably other stuff that I have missed, but I'm just gonna take a page from the developer's book and just say nothing. So yeah, have a wonderful day.